Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome to the Link Only event. The event is honestly a lot more interesting than I give it credit for. And I have a really cool replay that I just have to share with you guys at the end of this video. Like, oh my god, that was honestly the most insane game of Yu-Gi-Oh I have played in a long ass while, and I will show it to you at the end of the video. Like, oh my god, you guys just have to see it to believe it. But here we are in the Link event, and I've honestly already gotten like most of the rewards, and there are varying degrees of success with this build. In case you haven't noticed, there is no Ash Blossom. The Master Duel Tax is surprisingly, well, I mean, Maxi is still here, Called by the Grave is still here, but everything else is, well, see, the thing I noticed with the Link Only event is all decks are, they're all combo decks, essentially. I mean, with the exception of a few, such as Sky Striker, most decks are combo decks, like Wombo combo through and through, which basically says, hey, you guys should start playing Nibiru. Like, Nibiru in the main, like, oh my god, you really need it. But for this deck in particular, it is insane. So, this is Crusadia OTK. If you're not familiar with Mr. One Punch Horse, this is the guy you are going to build up to. Equimax is a Crusadia card, as, you know, most of the creatures in this deck are Crusadias. And he basically enables big number go up. And in the words of one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Tubers, Hard Like Joe, if you want to teach someone how to link climb, Crusadia is the way to go. Because all of the monsters, especially the Crusadia ones, they all share an effect where if you have a zone a link monster points to, they can just special summon themselves straight from the hand. Like, no fuss, no muss. They are the only normal summon you'll ever need, and hopefully you have other special summons so that you can continue to link climb. Now, we're gonna go through the card by card, and I will explain what each card does. Starting off, I mean, you have to play Maxi. It's a link only format, and sometimes some decks are just stone cold dead to this, apart from, you know, Nibiru. But I've seen decks fight through a Nibiru, namely Marenses. But more often than not, if you drop a Maxi and they don't have Crossout Designator or a Called by the Grave, they usually don't allow you to draw more than 2 to 3 cards. But, you know, it's a necessity, basically. And each Crusadia also has their own unique effect, apart from special summoning themselves. Reclusia pops a Crusadia you control, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, pops a Crusadia card you control, and one other and a card your opponent controls. You usually don't want to do that unless you have specifically Arborea in your graveyard already, because Arborea protects from destruction. Basically, if a Crusadia monster would be destroyed, you can banish her from the graveyard instead. Leonis provides piercing damage, but it has to be activated, so stuff like Imperm and Effect Veiler can still stop this. Draco recycles a Crusadia from your graveyard to your hand. And then Maximus, if a Crusadia monster you control battles, specifically a Crusadia Link monster, they will deal double damage. And then the honorary Crusadia here is World Legacy World Crown. It special summons itself from your hand if you have a zone that Link monster points to. It's actually a surprisingly large body, and it also acts as a secondary negate because Equimax also has a built-in negate. Then for our removal suite, we have 2 pairs of Kaijus, Thunder King and Gameciel. I usually actually run Dogoran in this spot rather than Thunder King, since Dogoran has bigger attack. But more with, you know, how prevalent Marenses is, and I think I'd rather have Gameciel. But if you want to hedge against Marenses in this event, put Dogoran in instead. And of course, with every deck in this event being a combo deck, Nibiru is like, I personally think that Nibiru is better than Ash Blossom. Although, you know, you could mess around with your hand trap of choice. I've seen some decks rock Droll and Lockbird, since This deck does do a heavy bit of searching, so Drone and Lockbird can sometimes stop that. I've also seen people use Drone and Lockbird after a Max C activation, so you don't get to draw extra cards off of that. Then for our spells, we don't have traps in here. Lightning Storm, it's basically Raigeki and Harpy's Feather Duster rolled into one. You don't really need any more reason than that. Then our two One of Fun ofs, Crusader Revival, it just grants a 500 attack boost to Crusader Link monsters, although you'd only really use it on Equimax here. And then if your opponent somehow has a full board of monsters, you can activate the effect of this thing, and it can attack each monster once for like huge amounts of damage. Then the other One of Fun of Crusader Testament, this basically insulates your plays against whatever hand traps or, you know, especially back row decks, because I've seen my fair share of trap tricks, but they're not as common. What I usually see are Live Twins, Marinces. I've also seen Salamangreat. I've also seen Dragon Lake. Good God, Dragon Lake decks here work a little too hard to establish their combos, but the combos that they do, the board that they do end on, I mean, it can be insane. Oh my God. And then the mandatory 3 of here, Crusader Power. Again, another way to insulate yourself against certain types of against interaction your opponents could have, and of course, Call by the Grave. Now, the extra deck is surprisingly tight, although you can fiddle around with some of the numbers, but that depends on the matchup. But the non-negotiables here are the 3 Magius, the 2 Regulex, the 2 Equimax, and the 1 Avramax. Everything else here is seasoned to taste. Although, what I would personally recommend is the IP Masquerena into Avramax line, should you not kill your opponent after the first go-around with Equimax. So, let me explain what each card does. Magius lets you search any Crusader monster, which basically allows you to continue on with your plays. Regulex can actually be a backup Equimax since it gains the attack power of each of the monsters it points to. So usually up and down. Sometimes I've won games with Regulex. It's amazing. And he also searches a spell trap. Then we have the man of the hour himself, Equimax, Mr. One Punch Horse. He is a negate and also hits for a big number. That's all you really need to know. And then our backup win con, Avramax. He cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, and your opponent cannot attack other monsters apart from this one. And then if he goes into battle, he basically does a lot of things. And then if somehow he is sent to the graveyard, you can spin a card your opponent controls back into the deck. It doesn't target, so it's absurd removal. And if he is link summoned using Masquerena, he also cannot be destroyed. So there's that. Now the flex slots here, well, I consider them flex slots, are the Nightmare package, because sometimes you just need to remove some bullshit on the field. You have Cerberus for monsters, Phoenix for back row, Unicorn to spin something back, and then our 2 other Link Force, Boral Sword in case stuff gets grindy, and then Access Code Talker for extra pops. And if you have an opponent with too wide a board, I mean, granted, you may choose not to use this. You have Goddess, which she basically grants protection to herself. And there's a lot of text written in this card. I actually very rarely go into situations where I would need to use Goddess, but you know, if it comes up, it comes up. So yeah, this is Crusadia OTK. You basically, it's just Equimax Turbo. You get to Equimax as soon as possible. You try to break your opponent's board as efficiently as possible. I cannot wait to get to that replay that I am so proud of that replay, guys. Like, oh my God. But for now, I will just showcase what this deck can do in the Link event. So, without further ado, let's ride into battle, Equimax! My opponent is making me go second, and he will soon realize that it's the biggest mistake of his life. We have 3 monsters and a Call by the Grave. I'd consider this a win-win in my book. My opponent had... Oh, yes! Finally! Finally! Somebody who believes in the power of Crusadia. Go first, Crusadia, though? Oh, God! It's... Okay, 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 okay. You got me. You got me there, opponent. You are using Mech Knights to supplement your Crusadia engine. Sure, sure, sure. Regulex, sure. Are you gonna end with a negate? Highly like you're gonna end with a negate. Basically, it's just Equimax pass. Ah, I love it. I love the smell of Equimax in the morning. That sounds so wrong in so many different contexts. But okay. We're gonna see where my opponent ends up here, so we'll be right back when they have their end board. Okay, as expected, my opponent literally ended on Equimax Pass, but with 2 back row, but that is a gooch. Ooh. Okay, summoned to a fucking, that is not important, unfortunately, to me. Sure, you add it there. Yeah, sure, sure. You can do that, opponent. Sure, you can search. Sure. But you're gonna die. You are so gonna die. World Legacy's memory, sure. Yeah. So if you're not familiar with how Crusadia combos go, first things first, you're gonna get rid of 1 monster they control. And then, if you're going to summon any monster of the Crusadia variety, it will do you a lot of good if you are completely mindful of where you summon your Crusadias. Because if you make a mistake at any point, or, basically if you don't manage your zones well, you are going to get fucked 3 ways until Sunday. So, you normal summon any 1 Crusadia you have, and then you start, special summoning from the hand. And then you link summon into the link 1, and then you link summon into the link 2, which we will do shortly. They probably, yep, okay, he definitely has the Ash. We're gonna get ashed. Oh no, we do not. Oh no, boo. We're gonna stop that Ash, unless the last card is cross out. Okay, Imperm. All right, we are not gonna search an additional monster, but fortunately, he wasted it on a monster that didn't really matter since we already have 2 other Crusaders in hand. So it actually worked out well for us. That means he will not be using it on Equimax when we get to him. So there's that. Although it would do us a lot better if we did have Leonis, since he does have a defense position monster here. But we will be attacking for a double anyway, because we already have the Maximus. Alright. Unfortunately, we already special summoned the Arborea, so we will not be able to use the Arborea now. But what we will do is we will search using Regulex here. And then we're gonna see what my opponent does. I will actually not be skipping I will not be skipping my combos here, because part of what makes Crusadia so Gucci is because you basically, it's a puzzle on trying to figure out, okay, how best would I go about this in breaking my opponent's board and hopefully break my opponent's will to live in as well. Yeah. Sad as that is here, that's basically how the cookie crumbles when it comes to Crusadia. So we don't have piercing, but we do have Maximus, which will allow us to inflict double damage on the Thunder King we gave here. So there's that, and hopefully this will be more than enough to give us the win. Let's see if it is indeed enough, and it is enough. Just 200 over. Holy shit! Probably any less and we would have lost there. But yeah, that's Crusadia in a nutshell. You'll be seeing that a lot in this video. On to the next duel. I won the die roll and I'm going second again. Holy shit! This deck is just, it's so easy to pilot. Like it's about as I wouldn't really consider Numeron OTK to be brain dead, but it's just big number go up. What more do you want to do? It's just big number go up, and we have 3 monsters in hand already. We can fight through fucking hell. You know what? Sometimes I wonder, when Konami releases a new archetype, especially good support, let me rephrase that. Whenever Konami releases a new archetype, the event that usually comes after is related to said archetype. And now we have a link event after, like, Marinces gets a new round of support. Like, that's utterly suspicious. But I am not gonna talk through too much here because the game is suddenly lagging again. Like, what the hell? I actually had to scrap a couple of duels already because, good God, I had to reset the internet like twice already. Come on! What the hell is happening? But yeah, at least it's chugging along far better than much earlier. So there's that. Or, you know, I could just scrap this duel entirely because, good God, I am not gonna allow this kind of quality on this channel. No sirree. But we will see what happens. But it's Marinces. This is a combo that will take probably 18,000 lifetimes to finish. So we'll be right back when they have their end board. Why did they not search Battle Ocean? Because if they don't do anything here, they're dead. But I think we should banish something they own. Oh, they banished Coral Anemone. Fuck! That's actually really good. Oh, shit. So I think it's also like insurance against basically stuff like this. So let's try and bait their negation here. Because if anything, Spring Girl is like one of their main pieces of recovery here. I think it would do us good to get rid of Spring Girl. I am lagging so goddamn hard! Oh my god, what's happening? What's happening? Probably a lot of people are like catching up with their duels, but this event won't end until like I think the 28th. But we'll see. We're just gonna have to fight through this. It's not the first time this has happened during my recordings, but let's see. So yeah, they draw one card. Okay, she gains attack, I think. Yeah, the 2 effects go off. I have no idea which ones are those. Banish. Oh yeah, right. Since Amarensis was banished, so she gains 1200. Good. That just means more attack for us, I guess. So I think we normal Maximus here, unless... Oh, yeah, I have to click a little extra. I have to click extra, just so that my FX can pull off. Oh my god, why am I lagging so hard? I already resets the internet. Come on. Let's see what happens. Maxi, sure, doesn't matter unless you die, but if anything, if it's anything like other Marinces builds, they probably have Wave somewhere in this mix. Let's just see. We're gonna try our best to fight through all of this negation. Okay. We're also gonna fight through this lag. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. At least it's at least it's chugging along, not like completely stuttering. Like, oh my god, this is so bad. Okay. We're gonna actually no, we're gonna summon Arborea first. Because we're gonna use Reclusia next so that we can try to pop one of our opponent's stuff here. We're gonna do that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna search. Let's see if my opponent has any interaction whatsoever. Which is honestly highly likely, given... Yep, alright, using Wave. That's actually good, because he's wasting it here, but I guess he doesn't know that I already have 2 more monsters lined up, so there's that. So we will actually force his negations again the moment I try to summon Reclusia here. Yeah, we will actually use power to protect Equimax, since that will be the far more viable target, or rather far more valuable target to protect. Okay, we're gonna use Arborea for her effect here. We're fighting through this lag, boys and girls. We're gonna fight through this lag. Oh boy, at least it's chugging along a lot better compared to the other duels I've had to scrap for this recording. Oh shit. So we drew another card. Yep. Okay. We're gonna special summon Reclusia to Regulex's zone. Okay. Okay. Then they draw another card. We're gonna try to search for a spell trap here. We're gonna bait that negation again. And we're gonna use Reclusia's effect. Okay. And then we'll try to make Reclusia pop itself, I don't know Reclusia's gender, unfortunately. We'll actually need Bubble Reef, because it will allow us to inflict double damage. Fortunate, but let's see if we even gain enough attack to be able to attack over Bubble Reef in the first place. Alright, cool. He negates one of my monsters. That's okay, because we already have the third. Okay. That's fine. We will not... We will... That's completely fine. Okay. Then that resolves. Okay. Reclusia still does her pop. We will use Arboria's effect here so that Reclusia will not be destroyed. Regulex is negated. That's fine. What he doesn't know is we have... Oh god, will she gain enough attack so that I won't be able to attack over her now? Oh god. Oh god, I think that screws over here. Yeah. Because she has gained... Bubble Leaf has gained enough attack that I won't be able to attack over her now. Oh god. Oh dear god. I think we're dead here. Oh dear. Oh dear god. And we don't have a monster points upward, unfortunately. I think we just don't have enough attack here. I think he'll become a 3600. Then I don't know if we'll even be able to attack for enough. Let's see. Get Maximus down. Okay. Okay. Yeah, 3600. I don't know if this will still, like, inflict double battle damage. But let's see here. Okay, unless we negate Bubble Reef's effect. Now that I'm thinking about it. But we'll have to negate... although I think, by default, Bubble Leaf has, I think, 2,200, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, 26. Fuck, it's not even enough. Shit. And by default, Equimax has 2k. Yeah, it's not even enough. Oh, God. Alright, I think we just lost this one, and I gave my opponent a bunch of cards. So, we're gonna move on to the next duel, unless I somehow survive this. But otherwise, I'm going to have to check the internet again, because, good God, I am not gonna be able to record so well under these kind of circumstances. So, yeah. Either see you in the next duel, or see you at the next interesting point. Okay, I won the die roll, and I'm going second, yet again. Oh, he has the new sleeves. Oh, boy. Oh, I must only talking like this, but... Oh, God, it's Salamangreats. Great! So they're gonna do their wombo combos, and speaking of Salamangreats, which is a totally not related segue, there will be a ban list update on the 28th, and the changes are so insignificant that I am honestly not gonna talk about it too much here. A couple of cards will be taken off the list for sins that they didn't really commit, and a couple of cards will be added for equally similar reasons. Because, of course, Konami is weird when it comes to their ban list changes. But if my opponent is not gonna go full wombo combo here, they are just dead. Like, they are gonna be deader than Elvis here. Okay, they're still gonna activate Spinny, which means there just might be more game to play on my opponent's side here. So, we will be right back when they have their end board, which is probably Sunlight Wolf, or in this case, Heat Soul, and then they pass. Okay, so my disappointment is immeasurable because they did not end on Heat Soul and pass, but they are still very, very dead. Because I will tribute over their Sunlight Wolf. I could not make the meme of Sunlight Wolf summon Sunlight Wolf because they did not do that line of play. But to add insult to injury, let's also banish that Sunlight Wolf. Actually, no, we should banish the Baelings since they have more ways to recycle Baelings than they have Sunlight Wolf. So yeah, we're gonna make life a living hell for your opponent, and you're gonna die dead. Yes, that is a sentence I just said. You're gonna die dead. But yeah, I am not sure how my opponent's gonna fight through this. I'm gonna do my best, damn it. We have Crusader power to insulate ourselves against whatever negation they may have here. But, oh, you're still using Salamangreat Rage. Using it already? Really? Okay. What are you gonna destroy? Leonis? Sure. Let's make him unaffected by card effects. Thank you very much. That's okay, sure. I think you'd need a Salamangreat on board in order to activate Salamangreat Roar, if I'm not mistaken. Or, you know, I may have just been baited really, really hard, and I just died it right then and there. We can still use Leonis as for a hefty attack boost and whatnot. We'll use Draco later, because it is a really, really Gucci effect to recycle Leonis. He probably has Ash Blossom in hand, which is honestly highly likely. No, he does not. Alright, we get Maximus and go for the maximum damage. Okay, we get Maximus here, and yeah, we're gonna kill our opponent dead. They're gonna die a horrible, painful death here. Yeah, we're just gonna do our thing. Link away these two, summon Regilex. This will be a play that you will be seeing a lot when you're gonna be playing Crusadias, especially Crusadia OTK. It's just summon, 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 summon. Just summon. Just summon everything. Summon all the monsters. Like, you're not even gonna think too much. Yeah. And we also have more destruction protection should they try it, because our Borea is in the graveyard. You cannot Ash Blossom now. You should have Ash Blossomed like, what's this? Magius much earlier? Oh, you're not gonna allow me to have my Leonis. That's fine. I already have my Maximus. That's fine. I don't really need that much of an attack boost to get over Gameciel anyway. It's fine, opponent. I guess that's just my opponent's last hurrah before he dies here, because I get a 500 attack boost from Revival. Although, granted, if he doesn't die here, which has happened, you know, math is for blockers after all. Okay. We're gonna get the horse, Mr. One Punch Horse here. And then we're gonna set Mr. Maximus in the center column. And we're gonna apply Crusader Revival. And then we're gonna make Maximus give a buff to Equimax where he deals double damage. Alright, let's see if my opponent is dead. Did I do the math wrong? Probably. Let's see. Okay, he still dies. We move on to the next duel. My opponent is making me go second, and once again, they are making a huge ass mistake, especially with an OTK deck. This hand is sucky, but we have Max C, and any other monster we draw off the top is very Gucci for us. And we're facing off against Marincess yet again. Now, one thing I learned playing in this event, sometimes using Maxi early actually, you know, basically sets off a lot of alarm bells right away. In order to lure a sort of false sense of security in your opponent, sometimes you don't need to Maxi right away. You know, just let him combo off for a bit. Like at this point, they're gonna be forced to stop right here. Sometimes having a Maxi here is more than enough, unless, you know, they have like an Ash Blossom, a Called by the Grave, or a Crossout Designator. But no, if at least this allows us to draw one card, or if this stops their turn in its entirety, that's pretty... Oh my god, that stops their turn entirely. Yep, they only have a Link 1, so they cannot activate Marincess Wave as effectively here. It is still a monster negate, but any monster off the top, yes! Alright, that clears us. We're gonna summon... We're gonna normal Reclusia. So, I don't know if my opponent has any negations. We did draw into the Maximus, so we may have something here. But we're gonna see. I mean, we did stop our opponent dead in their tracks. Mr. Uwu Gandalf. Uwu! I'm going to murder you right now, Mr. Winchester. Oh my god. I am not doing that again. Oh my god. I'm gonna have a drink of water while I combo off here. Oh my god. I am not doing the Uwu voice. My throat is shot after that one. Although my opponent is thinking about something. It's probably a negation of some kind. We'll chain block here, I guess. Unless this is like a Solemn. Because he has something on summon, so it's highly likely a Solemn. It's the only reason that priority gets passed to my opponent. He has a Solemn here. Okay, he cannot Ash now, since my Monster Search is a freaking guarantee. And I even get to recover Reclusia here. So we're gonna get our Borea. Actually, no, we should get Leonis. Just so that we have a far bigger attack boost. Because Leonis is like the second highest here. Okay, he is stopping us from searching. At least we can still summon that. But I think it would do us good to activate this here. It targeted Magius, right? Yep. Okay. That is indeed the target. So my opponent could still have something here. Okay. He does not. Although he could have a Solemn. So there's that. Okay, we recover our Reclusia. Okay, Magius has their effect go off. We're gonna get Leonis since it's the second best option for giving an attack boost to Equimax. Okay, and then we're gonna keep comboing off. Oh, the lag spike is hitting again. Oh god, we're gonna finish this, damn it. Then we're gonna reset the game again. It seems to be the biggest solution here. Oh god. Why did it have to be today of all days? Oh, nope, it recovered. Alright. I thought it was gonna keep going there, but okay, it's fine. We're fine, we're fine. But I may have to... Oh, he did have the Solemn. It was the Solemn. It was indeed the Solemn. Alright, alright. Okay, you got me, opponent. Yep, he did indeed have a Solemn. Okay. So we cannot kill him this turn, but we do have another Max C so that we can stop him. We can stop Uwu and Ralph with his shenanigans again. Let's see what my opponent does here. Okay, normal summon Pascalos. We're gonna Max C again. Bet you didn't think I'd have two Max C in hand. Unless you have a cold buy, cross out. Okay, he did draw into the Ash. Good. So my opponent can combo off harder than they have ever comboed off before. Unless I draw in exactly into a Kaiju. In which case, my opponent will become very, very sad. But I have absolutely no interaction, but 3 monsters is all I need in order to pull off my combos here. So we'll be right back when my opponent has their end board. Okay, so my opponent just ended on Marble Rock. Like, where is Aqua Argonaut? Is Aqua Argonaut banned for this event? Guys, is Aqua Argonaut banned? Because, good God, Aqua Argonaut is so good. Why would you not use Aqua Argonaut? Oh my god. But we do have our prerequisite 3 monsters. We do have a Draco in the graveyard. So that's that. We could still potentially fight through this. They did not present any negates whatsoever, so they could still have something here, but we'll see. Now we're gonna test them right here, right now. So summon Magius. If it gets passed back on summon, that means my opponent has another Solemn. So that's always scary. We're gonna summon Leonis here. We are lagging again. Oh dear God. Come on, game. We can do this. You know what? After this, we're gonna have to stop. But I've pretty much seen everything that I've needed to see here for the Link event. You know, again, just watch out for Marincess. It's the most common deck. Oh, that's no interaction whatsoever. Sure. We're gonna get Arborea since it seems it's the only Crusader that isn't on our menu yet. Okay. Yeah. I've seen everything that I've already like collected everything from this event like on day 3 if I'm not mistaken. The event is surprisingly easy to get through, especially with an OTK deck like this. Because either win or you lose. There's no in between when it comes to Crusadia OTK. But yeah, it's honestly a really fun event. One of the most fun I've seen in a long while because people, especially in archetypes that need other extra deck monsters in order to do their thing. Certain decks had to get creative in order to do what they needed to do. And I highly recommend, especially if you're playing on a more casual level, Crusadias are really, really good since, you do have your go first options. They do link climb really, really well. Like, good God, they link climb like no other deck. Although, granted, there have been other decks that can link climb just as good, or even better. But Crusadias, they are a very, very good starting point. I cannot recommend them enough. So, we're gonna see if they have anything here. Probably, highly likely nothing. But I actually don't know if they do have anything here. Or rather, if they do have something here. But I don't think I have enough attack power to be able to walk over Marbled Rock, unfortunately. Yeah, it's another case of me not having enough attack power to attack over their boss monster. So yeah, I think we just lost this one since I have no other forms of recovery. So we're gonna move on to the end screen because, good God, I am not gonna be able to do this recording too well under these kinds of circumstances. Okay, we're here at the end screen, and that's pretty much Crusadia OTK. Like, it won't there really will not be too much variation, you know, apart from that. It's just big number go up. You just try to punch through your opponent's negations as much as possible given the limited amount of tools you have. Crusadia Power can save you on a lot of occasions. That's why it's a 3 of. Although sometimes Testament does the same thing. It basically prevents your opponent from responding to any of your chicanery. But apart from that, yeah, it's a pretty simple deck to pilot. I highly recommend it if you're, you know, link climbing for the first time. A lot of older players that I know still do not get what link summoning is. So there's that. But yeah, that's the link event in a nutshell. Nothing more to add. I mean, Marincess is something to prepare for. So is Dragon Link for some reason. Plus a couple of other link-based decks. Surprisingly, I did not encounter any Abomination decks. I did not encounter what's the name of that thing? We're gonna search him right now. Oh my god, I forgot. I keep forgetting his archetypal name. But we're gonna fight through this lag, damn it. We're gonna fight through this lag. Abomination. The Fiends. The Link, the one with the dog. The one with the brick. Yeah. Yeah. The Unchained archetype. Yeah. I did not see hide nor hair of this archetype throughout this entire event. Like, why? I saw more Live Twin, Evil Twin compared to the Unchained. And of course, Marincess is all over the place because of their new support. But we're gonna cut it here, unfortunately, because OBS decided to be a bitch today. So, yeah. This is where I would normally say, you know, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share among your friends. And I say toodles. But I will show off a replay that I thankfully saved, that I recorded, that happened, I mean, off-cam during this event. And it's the craziest game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That I have played in a long-ass while. So, without further ado, here's the replay, and I'll see you all in the next one. Toodles!